So picking back up where I left off, right? So the woolly thistle again. So this right here, again, is the woolly thistle. And we're just picking up where we left off, okay? So what I got from this now is I got this little kit. It's for a hat. This is the hat pattern. And I purchased it because I'm a nurse, okay? So things that deal with nurses always catch my eye, you know, because I feel like nursing sometimes is a career that is undermined. Not that I feel like sometimes. Nursing is a career that's undermined. And I believe that that's the fault of nurses as well as the fault of the public, you know? People sometimes just don't give nurses the credit that's needed, you know? And nurses work very hard. We work very hard, you know, and we do our best to take care of strangers, sometimes to the neglect of our own families, you know? And those of us that are dedicated to the field of nursing in that extent, you know? So it can be a very thankless career, you know? And when I see something that is truly just giving a nurse a heads up or bigging her up in some way, shape, or form, I tend to gravitate towards that so that way I can also pay tribute to that nurse, regardless, black, white, in between. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to give that professional nursing that acknowledgement of what that person done. Because nurses, myself and those that I've worked with personally, I know to go above and beyond many a time, many a day, many a shift to try to get through and try to help one another and try to be some form of assistance and comfort to a patient and a family that's in need. And so when I seen this offering on their website, the Woolly Thistle website, this is what I saw. So it was, this is the pattern. It's a knitting pattern, right? Because I crochet and I knit. So this is a hat pattern. Okay. I just want to show you the name of the hat. Tivoli's Tervals Turi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so excuse me. All right. But that hat, particularly the brown, is what I purchased. And the reason why I purchased it, because they were selling it together with this book, A Fair Isle Nurse, right? So Fair Isle is the colorwork knitting, but it's also a place. It's a place. It's a literal place named Fair Isle, okay? So this now is a story. It's a book about a nurse who came to the Fair Isles, okay? And it says it's a memoir of the only medical professional in the Fair Isle in the mid-1960s, okay? So this is the nurse that this book is dedicated to, okay? And it says, often surrounded by sea mist or racked by relentless gales, the island of Fair Isle runs to its own rhythms. In the mid-1960s, a young nurse arrived to begin working here, one of the most remote inhabited islands in Britain. She would be the sole provider of medical care for the local population. Her coming of age was dependent on the acceptance, support, and kindness of the Fair Isle people. Would she succeed? Look how young this lady is. Isn't that interesting? She's so young, and she's there by herself. No family, no mother, no sister, no brother. She had to depend on the kindness of strangers and try to prove herself to let them know, I'm here to be of service. You know what I mean? And they had to trust her in order to know that, okay, yes, this lady is here to help us, not to hinder us and not to be a burden. You know, in the Bible, in the New Testament, there's a lady that name was Dorcas, and they would call her Tabitha as well, right? So Tabitha was her name, excuse me, her Greek name. And I believe Dorcas was what they would call her. I forget the other name. But anyhow, Dorcas was also her name. So her name was Dorcas, but they also called her Tabitha. My daughter is named Tabitha because of that lady in the Bible. So this lady in the Bible apparently was the the heart and soul of her community, right? She went around, she helped feeding the sick, she helped tend to the sick, feeding the poor, and giving clothes and arms and all kinds. She just helped her community in such a selfless way that when she died, the community was like in such big state of mourning that they just could not understand. No. And Paul and I believe it was Paul and Silas was coming through. I believe so. You can correct me in the comments below. But I believe it was Paul and Silas that was coming through the community. And they heard this uproar of mourning for this lady. And they touched her and brought Tabitha back to life, that she can continue to be a service in this community, because they were so overwhelmed at how loved this woman was and how great of a service she provided to her community. And for me, that's what nursing is. Selfless acts, you know. And when you see that person is giving of themselves selflessly, then yes, why not? You know, and that's basically what nursing is. You know, you're just trying your best to provide for those in need. You know, you're trying your best. And this is that lady's story. So that is what intrigued me to make this purchase. Okay, so. And it comes with the little project bag. And this is the yarn to make that hat. Okay. And it has a little thistle. It's a thistle as per her logo. Can you see? A thistle. All right. Or an acorn. Thistle or acorn. Which it looks more like an acorn. Acorn? We'll call it an acorn. I'm not sure. But this is the wool. This is Jamieson & Smith real Shetland wool, okay? And it comes here, it says 1 Shetland Heritage Fawn, 2 Shetland Heritage Shetland Black, 1 Shetland Heritage Light Gray, 1 Shetland Heritage Natural White, a project bag, a teeny stitch marker, the printed pattern, and the book, A Fair Hour Nurse by Mona McAlpine, okay? And that's the brown color because I plan to make the brown hat. You see, I really like that. I don't know if I'm going to put the tassel on it, you know, but I might do so and just complete the hat in its entirety. So I'm very happy with that purchase. And then I also got another project that I wanted to get from the Woolly Thistle. I've ordered things from, I'm going to show you a project that I have in progress also from the Woolly Thistle. Okay, so this one now is just the yarn. The project, the pattern is separate, okay? But this is the pattern, and this is by Jennifer Steingass, okay? And this is Altheda is the name of this pattern. It's by Jennifer Steingass again. And the reason why I got this, not only because it's a colored yoke sweater, okay, but because the type of yarn that the Woolly Thistle put with it is called Plet Lopi, and it comes in plates, okay? So I'll show you that now. So this is Plet Lopi, all right, Plet Lopi, okay? And this is like the charcoal gray, and this would be like the body of the sweater, okay? That'll be the body of the sweater, all right? And this is cream, Plet Lopi, cream. And this will be the color work in the sweater, all right? And this is 100% wool, and it's 328 yards in this cake, I guess, you know? And this is called loosely spun, right? So it's very soft, and it's not plied, you know, like how other yarns will have the plies together that you can pull them apart, floor ply, one ply. So this will be considered a very loose single ply yarn because, again, it's not spun in any way, okay? So I bought this on purpose so I can try out using that yarn particular to make that sweater. So for me, the body of the sweater would be dark gray and the colorwork portion would be the cream. And I think that would be very nice. All right, so I'm looking forward to casting that on. And I will obviously give y'all an update as to when I would do that. Okay? I was checking my notes. Okay. Oh, so I got my Annie's Kieran Crochet Club today as well. And I was very pleased with that. Okay, so this is the Kieran Crochet Club from Annie's. And this is what I got today. How pretty is that? Love that. Love that all day. Look how big and beautiful that shawl is. You see? Look how pretty the yarn is. It's like unforgettable, Red Heart unforgettable yarn. Because I don't know if any, they pull off whoever label and put on their own label. You know? But this is called Notes in the Garden Shawl. Beautiful. Okay? Notes in the Garden Shawl. I just think that's beautiful. That's why I was excited to show this to you. I wonder who you sent it to. Let me just see. The last shawl was also from Kieran Crochet Club. Handmade especially for you is where it's, I don't know what that is, but that's where you send it to. Handmade especially for you. Let me see if the pattern will tell me more. Okay, just so we can see where it's being donated to. Okay, handmade especially for you. Handmade especially for you wants every woman who comes into a shelter to receive a comfort shawl simply because she was brave enough to leave her abusive situation. The organization does not see comfort shawls as rewards or incentives for good behavior in the shelter, or for following rules, or any other than congratulations for leaving abuse. Leaving an abusive environment is a huge step for the woman who takes it. Handmade, especially for you, wants to make an impact on the women who receive the shawls, most of whom have never received a personal gift, much less a handmade gift. The organization wants receiving these shawls to help lift the women's self-esteem and to help them begin changing their lives. The organization hopes the shawls are a symbol of every woman's transformation. Since 2008, Handmade, especially for you, has distributed over 109,000 comfort shawls and scarves to over 70 shelters all over California. The shawls and scarves are not for sale. They are gifts given from the heart. Women of all ages, ethnicities, and socioeconomic statuses donate their time to knit or crochet these scarves. This is why Handmade, especially for you, believes that they have such a powerful impact. Isn't that beautiful? And this is located in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. That's like, you see, Handmade especially for you. That's just like with Rose Like Crochet Wings, the Wings donation. And that is a beautiful shawl. Definitely a beautiful shawl. I love how huge it is. And I definitely feel like I would absolutely make that and donate that. And I might even send the other two shawls that I completed along with it. You know, because what a beautiful sentiment as well. You know, and I only say that because I missed the Wings donation for the shawls. But beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I was very excited to get that, you know. So not only is it beautiful, but when I make it, I have a worthy cause to donate it to. And they have the donation card there. Beautiful. Okay. Then I also have my Hirschner's unboxing. Okay. So Hirschner's also have their monthly club. And again, sorry, my knee. I get arthritis in this knee. My right knee. When I was little. I don't know if you all played Red Rover. Red Rover, send so-and-so right over. And you had to bust through everybody's arms. And I did that. And I did that with all vigor. And I was gonna bust through them arms and get to the other side. Because I didn't want nobody to lock me up. And keep me on their team instead of me being on my team, right? So I was with all vigor, making sure I was going to bust through. And I did bust through. And I busted myself right through onto the concrete, the asphalt of the road. Because our block, we didn't used to have to go nowhere to play on our block. You know, when we was growing up, our block was like the block to be on, and we could stay on that block, and we played, we did everything on that block. That block was an awesome block to grow up on. I can't deny that I loved growing up on that block. I have a lot of good memories growing up on that block, and I thoroughly enjoyed my childhood doing that here in New York. And so I hit my knee and I broke my patella, but at that time I was like 9 or 10. At that time, the x-rays were not as sensitive as they are now, and they never detected a fracture in my knee, you know? So I was there walking on my broken knee for like 6 8 weeks. I mean, that pain was no joke, and my knee was like big and swollen. I'm limping. My grandmother taking me to the doctor, my mother taking me to the doctor. I don't think I ended up in the emergency room, but I remember going to a couple of doctors. And I had at least 1 or 2 x-rays during that time, and didn't nobody know what to do because they couldn't find nothing, you know, at that time. But thank God anyhow, I didn't have any issues with growing up. My legs are the same length. I never had any issues with walking or any issues with running, you know, so God is good anyhow. So in spite of technology not being what it is today, God still covered me. So I just brought that up. For what reason, I don't remember. But anyway, so the Quick to Stitch Club, Hirschner's Quick to Stitch Club is the May one is what I have here. And this is another shawl, which may also be going to California for their shawl. All right. The colors, I don't know. I'm not very happy with that. You know, I don't like these type of blues together. I don't feel the turquoise and the teal turquoise and the, what's this, baby blue supposedly. I don't know. I wouldn't put those blues together. Like I would take out this and probably put like a navy blue, a darker blue. I think that would be a better contrast between this and this. Or even if I take out this and put a navy blue and leave these two. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be a better contrast. And that is the pattern. I like the pattern. Right? So the pattern I like. Okay? And this is the May Club. And see, and what I like about this too is that, look, they tell you that it's the May Club. So I like that because sometimes you just don't know which club you have. And sometimes if there's an issue, you're not sure which one you're referring to, you know, because I've had that happen to me before where I had to call Mary Maxim or Annie's and try to explain which club I'm referring to because of the issue with that club. But here it tells you that this is the May Club, which I appreciate that. And again, that's just the Hirschner's, what do they call it? Quick to Stitch Club. I like that. That one I like. And I like the other two as well. The other two, if you didn't see my previous video, the first one that I received was like a rainbow baby blanket. And that was just acrylic yarn. And the second one was all cotton. It was like a spa set for washcloth and soap sacks and towels, right? For the spa, okay? And this one, again, is 100% acrylic yarn. All right, 100% acrylic yarn. And this is 558 yards per ball of yarn. It's a size 2. The size 2 yarn, and you get 3 of them. So that's a pretty big size shawl as well. You know, I don't know. I still think you might get switched out, and I might add in a navy blue or even a gray. Right, gray would look good too. A gray would look good in there as well. But definitely, I would keep these two and switch out this guy here. All right, and make that. I think the navy blue would be more make me more happy. All right. So, okay. So, yay. We up to the whips. Okay. So, I wanted to show you, since we already showed you the Woolly Thistle pip. I guess that would be a pip, right? Project and planning, because the yarn is already spoken for it. There's a pattern that goes with it. So, I would call that a pip. So, this is my works in progress. All of my whips now. These are not whips that basically should have been. Right? So sometimes the reason why I find for myself, sometimes why projects become languishing is because of some frustration or some mistake that I need to go back and rip back or pull out or drop down or whatever to fix it. You know, there's something I got to do to fix it that is just causing me to lose steam on it. So that's where that happens with most of my whips. I'll admit that. Okay? So, because of the truth of that, and what tends to happen is that once I put down a whip, I tend to pick up a new project and cast on something new. Okay? So, that's my bad. That's what I do. It's a bad habit, but that's how you end up with a million whips in my case. All right, so these whips here are all basically new whips. All right. They're all basically new whips. The only one that you'll be familiar with is the cardigan that I was doing before, that Kim, the Crafty Nomad, again, my influencer, was doing, and I had picked up her plight and her mantle, and I started my own as well because I had liked the thing. So right now, what I'm going to show you again, because we already showed something from the Woolly Thistle, I just want to show you this one. So I started the Victory cardigan. Okay, and this is the owner of the Woolly Thistle. I forget her name, and her name is not here, but this is her pattern as well. Corinne Tomlinson. All right, like Mr. Tomlinson from the Lion, the Wardrobe, the Lion, the Blump, and the Wardrobe. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, so that's her pattern, the Victory cardigan. So if you buy this from her website, the Woolly Thistle, you not only get the pattern, right, as a download, you can also get a discount for the actual education, because she has a tutorial on how to make the Victory cardigan if you're not familiar with sweater knitting. Now, what I also am enjoying about this sweater is that it's also a steek project, and I didn't realize it was a steek project, you know, so I'm very pleased with that. And this is also woolly wool, and this is all made, this is the color that I chose. It's like a bluish gray with like some black highlights in it. Isn't that pretty? I think that's so pretty, right? And it's called Rama Garn, okay? And this is, I don't know how many, it's 100% Norsk Yule. I'm not sure what that means, okay? It's 83 meters. And this is color number 405. All right, and just it's a nice color, like a bluish gray, you know, very nice. And I had to get, whenever I'm purchasing yarn to make a specific project, right, I always get the yarn size, or the size that is above mine, like one size above what I would normally get, just to be sure I have enough yarn just in case, you know what I mean? Because I would hate to start a project and can't get it finished because of lack of yarn. I don't want to say I can't get it finished because of lack of trying or lack of time, but lack of yarn would definitely make me upset that I can't get the project finished. So for this particular project, you measure your upper bust, and my upper bust measured 47, I think it was 47 inches. No, sorry, 45 inches. And so I'm doing the upper buff measurement of 45 inches is what I'm doing. All right. Because I like how it looked fitted on her. So I want mine to be fitted as well. You see how it looked fitted on her to the back as well. So I like how that look. It looks neat to me. And it doesn't look bulky or sloppy. I like how that looks. It just looks neat. You know, so I did it to my upper bust measurement of 45 inches. And the kit not only comes with the yarn, but it also comes with these silver buttons. And the buttons have her, again, trademark, her thistle trademark on there. Okay. And so far, I split for the sleeves already. All right. I split for the sleeves. And now I'm just working the body. Okay. And see, I want you to see my steek in the middle. You see, those are my steek stitches in the middle. There's 2 pearls on either side and a knit stitch in the center. You see? Isn't that nice? Let me talk to you about this right here. They have a, I guess, stitch holder out now that's a little popular, a little fancy. It's called a Barber twine. I'm not sure what the official name is, but I keep hearing Barber. And it's like this plastic, you know, and you put it like on the end of a needle, and you take the other needle and thread it through the stitches, and you pull it out, and then you got your stitches on the yarn, on the waist plastic yarn. So this now, I did not spend that, because that Barber cord is like $14 or $15 for that, for like 3 pieces or 4 pieces or something like that. You know, but it's not cheap. I was in Joann's one day, and my kids went over to the arts and crafts section, and I happened to be looking while they were looking at whatever they were looking at. I was looking around the arts and I seen this. I'm like, oh my God, is that not the same Barber stuff? You know, and it had like a big old bag. This is actually for making friendship bracelets and chains and stuff like that that you would do at camp or whatever. And it had like a bag. You could get a bag of 25, a bag of 50, a bag of 100. And it ranged. I think I paid for the bag of 50 or 150 or something like that. But it was like plenty of this yarn, or whatever you want to call it, plastic, for like $2.99. So I'm like, why would I spend $15 or $14 for this when I can get it from Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby just to hold the stitches for $2.99. So please, if you already bought it, it's okay. Lesson learned. Just don't buy it again. Go to Hobby Lobby or Joann's or Michael's and get that right there for $2.99 for plenty, and you got all kind of stuff to hold your stitches. Okay, so that's where I am right now. All right, so I'm working down the body now, and I got gauge. Please do your gauge. Don't knit all of this and don't do gauge. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, so I got gauge on size 5, US size 5, US size 5 needles. So I got gauge on that. So I'm very pleased with the progress of that. And because the yarn has such a little bit in the skeins go quickly, you know? Excuse me. But I'm having a very good time with knitting that. And I was very pleased that I got to split in the sleeves so quickly, because this will be my first project that I steek, you know? So this will be my first steeking project. So I'm excited to get to that part. So this is a kit that I got from Hirschner's, you know. So this is, you see, the dog and the blanket, okay? And this is called Brody Baby Blanket and Puppy Pattern. So Brody is the name of the puppy in there. And the blanket is just like a regular chevron blanket that you do through the front loop. Obviously, I started to use the kit, but I stopped because I had yarn that I had finished, that shawl I had showed y'all last week. I believe it's the Virus Meets Granny shawl that I showed y'all last week or whatever. So I had yarn left over from that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to use the yarn for that to make a blanket for my coworkers when her daughter had a little baby boy. So I started making a blanket from that leftover yarn. Okay, so the bulk of the yarn, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver, and this is in the color Country Blue, which is one of my, I love this color, right? Country Blue. And I'm using that same pattern, but I'm using that yarn. I stopped in the middle of a row. Oh boy, and that row about to come out. That's why you have stick shoulders, y'all. So this is what I did so far. So the colors, that's that orange, navy blue, mustard yellow, and gray. Those are all the Premier worsted from the Dollar Tree, okay? And I just wanted to break up all this blue because I get bored sometimes when it's just a repetitive something for one color, just repeating, killing myself. It kills me to do that, you know, just one color. So I love how that's coming out so far, you know, and those are just the ends for where I had attached the new yarns. So all of this is primarily double crochets, and it's knitted crocheted through the back loop, so you can get those ridges. Okay, so I'm excited to get this finished because I like how it's coming out, and I like that it's coming out even because me and chevrons were not best friends at a time. You see, look at that. Even, I'm happy. So I might do a border, I might not, it depends, you know, but I'm very pleased with how it's coming out. So, and this I'm using a H hook on that. I think I'm using the hook that's recommended for the Red Heart yarn, which I believe is H. And the hook is not in the bag, which it normally is, but it fell out probably. The recommended hook side is I, but I more than likely I'm using H on there. All right, I think I'm following the recommendation of the blanket. Yes, I'm using the blanket recommendation, H hook. Okay, so I love that. Okay, so now this is another Annie's Karen Crochet project. You know, I try my best to do my projects that I get from Annie's and from Hirschner's, now Hirschner's and Mary Maxim, because, you know, you're spending money on these things on a monthly basis, and for what if you're not going to do the project, right? So I try. I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I have a lot of projects that I've purchased from Craftsy. I don't know if y'all remember when Craftsy was a thing. I miss Craftsy. Craftsy was a nice website. You got yarn, you had pattern projects. It's a very nice website. That was a nice website. And I'm sorry that they have to go, you know, but just like AC Moore broke my heart when they closed. But it's okay. I'm trying to just, you know, I don't want to mourn it. Those are sites, though, that I miss. I miss going to AC Moore, and I miss shopping online at Craftsies, you know. So I have a lot of Craftsies projects. I have a lot of Mary Maxim projects I need to do. I have a lot of Hirschner's now, and I have a lot of Annie's projects that I need to complete as well. All right, so this one also is a wrap from Annie's. This was, I believe it was April's wrap, if I'm not mistaken, a Touch of Comfort wrap. Touch of Comfort wrap. And it's just very pretty also. And this wrap goes to the Foy Bell Foundation. Excuse me. The Foy Bell Foundation was founded by Chelsea Burler in 2017, and its mission is to provide comfort and support to cancer patients who are undergoing chemotherapy treatments. Chelsea was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in September of that year and started chemo immediately thereafter. Chelsea was lucky enough to receive loads of support from her friends and family. But after a few treatments, she realized that not everyone was so lucky. That's when the Foy Bell Foundation was born. The Blue Bag Movement provides bags full of items to help make cancer patients feel a little less blue. from items aimed at passing the time during the actual treatments to things meant to help make the patient more comfortable. Each bag is brimming with items curated by Chelsea during her own treatment. To date, the Foy Bell Foundation has shipped over 1,500 blue bags globally. Sadly, Chelsea passed away in July of 2018. Chelsea's husband, Mark Burler, carries on the work of the foundation in her memory. How awesome is that? You know, God rest her soul. God rest her soul. You know, to start a foundation on purpose, you know, that to me is very touching. You know, God rest her soul. And on that note, just to all women, and even some men that have breast cancer history, particularly on your mother's side, you know, please just go and get your mammogram. Don't listen to the naysayers about pain and all this kind of stuff. Go get your mammograms, please, because how devastating is cancer? How devastating is cancer? And how devastating is breast cancer? You know what I mean? It's something that can be treated if found early, and it has a high success rate in the treatment if found early. So please don't delay. Don't delay. If you haven't gone to get a breast cancer screening, please do so. Get your mammograms. If you need an ultrasound, get your ultrasound and your mammogram, and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. We got one life. We got one life. So let us try our best to preserve it and do the best that we can in it, you know? Even myself, I have to get back on track with my weight loss situation, because blame it on COVID, blame it on stress of life, blame it on adulting and everything else, I fell off. And I need to get myself back on so that I can continue in my weight loss journey as well. All right, so with that side note, let me just show you the where I am on this project. All right, so I'm almost done with this actually. How pretty is that? Okay, very pretty. The yarn is a 4-weight yarn. Okay, as you can see, it's from tip to tip. So this is the amount of yarn that I have left from that ball. Okay. It's all V-stitches, basically. It's primarily V-stitches, okay? And I'm right now up to the border. And it's a single crochet, a foundation single crochet cast on at the top there, all right? So I'm up to the border. It's just that I stopped because I need to go onto Annie's website to look at the tutorial for the border, because I was trying to do it just by reading the instructions, and it was kind of confusing to me. So I just wanted to go on the website so I don't mess it up and get it over. I was trying to get this to be the finished object for today, but it didn't work out that way. It's all right. It's all right. It's a nice yarn though. You know, I love the yarn. It's like a scrap yarn, you know, how you're holding 2 yarns together with one main color, you see? So the main color in this yarn is white, and then you have the blue, the mint, and the gray, you know? But the white is what brings it all together, which is I think it's very nice, you know? So as soon as I get to the Annie's website, and I'll look up that so that I can see how to do the border properly. And that's the yarn in a skein or hank or whatever. Skein, okay? And again, it's a size 4 yarn, a 4-weight medium, and it's 225 yards in there. Isn't that pretty? How pretty is that? All right, very pretty, okay? All right, so I'm hoping that I can get this video spliced together, because my sister called me and I didn't know how to. I was trying to send her to voicemail, and it seems like I touched the wrong thing, and it just stopped the video, you know, because on excuse me, because on the iPhone you can't pause, which is why you can't pause on the iPhone. That is so makes no sense to me. It's very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. All right. So a touch of comfort wrap. Very pretty. All right. Very pretty. All right. So the next one that I have is what started the onset of all the brand new cast-ons, because this is something that should not have been cast on. I should have just continued in the same vein of trying to get through what I need to finish, so that way I can just be done stuff and not making more whips, right? But it's all right. We all are hard-headed, and that's what happens, right? We all are hard-headed. I'm trying to find the pattern to show you. Oh, here it goes in the pocket. All right. So this next whip now is an Andrea Mowry pattern, and this is called the Douglas Cardi. You see? What am I doing? How many sweaters I just pulled out? One sweater so far. But the Douglas Cardi. So that's what I'm working on now. I started this April 15th, okay? And I'm currently working on the body. And I'm working on the stripes. I'm almost done with the stripes. I think I have 4 more stripes to go. And then I should be able to start working on the arms and the collars and stuff. All right. Am I in the middle of a row? Why wouldn't I be in the middle of a row? Of course. Of course I'm in the middle of a row. All right. Let me see if I can do this without dropping any stitches. Because, of course, why would else? What else would be expected? Oh, Father, help me. Okay, that's the only thing about knitting is that, oh my God, what a heart attack. It's like a true feeling of dread if your stitches are lost. So this is my version of the Douglas Cardi. Okay. And so I have navy blue is the primary color, that gray, that magenta, this variegated yarn, this green, navy blue, and then I'm doing another row with the variegated, then navy blue, another row of the pink, and then navy blue, and then the gray. And then I'll be ready to do the arms and the collar. And I have my afterthought pockets there. Afterthought pockets. So this pocket is open because I did something wrong, but I was able to recover, thank God. So I still have my afterthought pocket there. And this is it done right. This is it done wrong, but it's okay. All right. So I really love those colors. Those are my colors, gray, navy blue, magenta, that apple green, right? And I can't wait for this to be done. I think this is gonna be very pretty. It's very soft. All right, so these are all various. This pink is from Hobby Lobby. That's a Hobby Lobby pink. This is a Drops yarn. This yarn right here came from, it's called the Spinning Hand. They had a kit that had this yarn for a hat, but I just felt like it was a bit much for me for a hat. So I held on to that yarn and it fit perfectly in this sweater. And this is that green with from Michaels. You remember Michaels had that nice acrylic wool blend DK weight yarn. That's that green from there. This navy blue is from, let me see, I can tell you right now, Cascade Yarns. This is called Aegean Tweed, right? I brought this yarn for another sweater project. So I have plenty of this yarn, right? But the sweater project, it just, I don't know. Every time I was doing the sweater, for whatever reason, this yarn wasn't suiting that sweater for me. You know what I mean? So I had to, I couldn't use it. It wasn't the right, for the right sweater, for that sweater particular. So this is 100% organic wool. There's 328 yards in this one ball. And again, this is a navy blue. You can see the little flecks. It's not like super duper tweedy, but you can see the flecks are primarily the same color and a little slightly off, like some gray, a little bit of bright blue, you know, but not like super duper like, wow, that's a lot of tweed yarn, you know, but it feels very nice in hand. Okay, and right now I'm working on the purl side because you are knitting across. You're not knitting in the round with this one. You're knitting across, so you're doing your knits in the front on the right side and you're purling on the wrong side. Okay, so just so I don't mess myself up, child. All right, but this is I got up to here pretty quick though, with these stripes, you know, and I guess too because it's a stripes. Is it 12? I think I'm making 12 stripes per round. I think it's supposed to be 10, but I'm doing 12 because my initial stripe, I wasn't paying attention and I ended up with 12 stripes. That's the inside, the wrong side, the purl side. I ended up with 12 stripes instead, and I'm like, all right, we'll go with 12. So my sweater will be 12 stripes per round. And it's 12 stripes per round instead of 10. Okay, so my stripes will have 10. We'll have 12, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So the next one, the next whip is a blanket again. And this is Crochet Along. That was that's finished now. That was being hosted by Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. There's some of his, like I have another blanket upstairs that I want to do, or finish rather, with him. And there's another one that I want to do with him too. It's a hexagon blanket, like the hexagons on the outside, and then you put the hexagon together and somehow you do the middle at the end. So it's confusing, but I like it because of that. I want to be challenged, you know. I want to be challenged. I don't want to be frustrated. If I get frustrated with certain things, that thing go to the side. So I want to be challenged. I don't want to be frustrated, you know. All right, so this now is called Geometry Lessons Crochet Blanket. This is a sponsored by Karen and I believe Joanne's as well. Let me see. So that's the whole blanket. So this is divided up into weeks. So I just finished week 1 and I'm on to week 2, which is these arrows. This is a free pattern, so I'm not upset. I don't feel the way about showing it to you. So this is the part that I'm up to now. I have to sign on to YouTube to show, to get the tutorial to figure out how to do that, because I did the first row or whatever, and for whatever reason, whatever is not lining up, so I don't know why. This is what I completed. These sawtooth like boxes, checkerboard boxes or whatever. So my colors are different from Mikey, obviously, because you get to choose your own colors. We're in a free country. All right, and this is how mine is looking. You cast on 157 stitches, and I'll show you my colors just now. The top is where the new pattern will start, as you can see. And the checkerboard pattern. Oh, I love those colors so much. I love that, you know. So that is the first part, or week 1 of this blanket. I love that. I love it so much. I love it. I love it so much, you know. So that now, I'll show you what colors I'm using. So this requires 2 balls or 2 hanks of Karen 1 pound. All right, so this is the Karen 1 pound, and this is called Cape Cod Blue. How pretty is that? It's a nice blue, right? Blue is one of my favorite colors, okay? Blue, like all of the jewel tone colors are primarily my colors, okay? So jewel tone colors are primarily my colors. Mustard, yellow, green apple, green, pretty. This now is the seashell color. This is a Karen Jumbo Ombre. And this is called Seashell. You see, it got purples and browns and beiges. Very nice color. Very nice color. So you need 2 of these. 2 of the 1-pounders. All right. And the last ombre, because you only need 1 of this ombre here. This ombre is called Blush and Blue. How pretty is that? You see? And all the colors would go nice together. So that is what is supposed to be on the next row. You see? That light blue, gray, coral. Very nice. I think that with the brown and all of that, that once that ombre starts coming out, that would blend so nicely together. So I can't wait, because this is the next color that's being used in that 1 row of the slanted stitches. And I'm excited to get that done, you know, to at least see how it will work up. And sorry, I'm giving y'all my head. I'm using this hook from wrong hook. This hook from Hobby Lobby. This is a J hook. Is it a J hook? Nope. I think I'm using the wrong hook. Oh, this is an H hook too. So I'm using this hook here. This is a Susan Bates hook. I don't really care about the hook size, the hook head or whatever, you know, because this one is Susan Bates. And I like it because this sticks here. Let me see if I can find it for you. This sticks here, right? So if it's, right. So this stitch, I don't know if you can see the blue running through that. This is called a water stitch, right? Waterfall stitch here. So for that stitch, you're going from in, then in again, and then down. So you're catching 2, and then you come here, and then you're working in the back. So it's easier to do it with a hook that's more hook than handle. So in this case, that's why I'm using this hook for this, because it's easier for me to hook up the 2, come out, hook up the 2, go in, and then come back and come back and come back until I get to the top. So I'm using that one. So the hook head, it doesn't matter to me unless it's splitting the yarn. That's where I get frustrated. So if you're not splitting my yarn, I'm fine with you. I don't care, you know. But all my hooks are primarily either boy, clover, or tulips, which all have the same hook sizes. Okay, they all have the same hook head. I don't know if that's called tapered. I don't remember. All right, but that's primarily what I have going on. All right. Okay, so that is that one, and I have 2 more works in progress to show you. All right. So this one now is another knitted project. Okay. This one is a t-shirt. Okay. This t-shirt is by a young lady. What's her name? It's called O'Leary Sweater Tee. Okay. O'Leary Sweater Tee. That's a pay-for pattern on Ravelry, or you can also find her on Lion Brand. She has a Lion Brand kit for this one, and she also has a new t-shirt pattern that just came out, and it also has a Lion Brand kit. This is made from worsted weight yarn. All right, and I think she used Lion Brand yarn, chainette yarn is what she used. That one had alpaca and stuff in it, and her name is Lan Ray. Okay, and her thing is called La Knits. You can find her again. You can find her on, I'm just trying to show you her thing. You can find her on Ravelry, O'Leary Tee. Okay, and so this is what okay. So I started her t-shirt as well. Not ready to split for the sleeves yet, but we are in the process of getting there. So her raglan t-shirt has eyelets, right? And again, this is just increases, right? So if you don't want the eyelets, don't do the yarn overs, just do like a knit front and back. Okay, if you don't want the eyelets, you can do a knit front and back, and that gets rid of the eyelets. Okay, but if you want the eyelets as per the pattern, you do the yarn over and you get that. Okay, and I wanted to do that just to see how it looks, because the purpose of me buying the pattern is to make the pattern, right? But if you want to purchase the pattern, you don't want the eyelets, then just do a knit front and back, you still get the same increases. Okay, so, and I'm using acrylic yarn for this. All right, and I'm using the Karen Jumbo Ombre yarn as well, and this one is Carrara Marble. Carrara Marble. Okay, and right now I'm still doing the increases, because for my size I need to do 50 increases. Okay, so 50 increases are here. So one increase, one round with the yarn over, and next round where you pick up the yarn over, and that's considered one. All right, one repeat. So that's where I am with that. And I'm really enjoying that yarn, you know, because it's soft. It doesn't feel rough. You know how sometimes Red Heart yarn can feel dry or rough. That's not the feeling that I'm getting with this yarn, with this Karen Ombre yarn. Okay, I'm not getting that dry feeling. All right, so it's a nice yarn. It would definitely be a heavy sweater. I can feel that it'll be heavy because, again, it's acrylic, 100% acrylic, but it's still a nice yarn as well. All right, and the last whip that I have is the sweater that is being done by a couple of people plus Kim the Crafty Nomad, and this is called the February Lady Sweater. Okay, so I'm here. I started the lace portion, so that's where I am now. And this one I'm making out of Lion Brand Pound of Love, and this is the Oxford gray color. Okay, so those are two sweaters that I'm making from acrylic. All right, so this one I have needle stoppers on, thank God. And there you go. All right, so that's where I am right now on my sweater, and that's my lace. And as you can see, I have stitch markers holding my lace, my lace roll, so that I know where I am and I'm not confusing myself. Okay, that's way too much lace to be going back and like, oh my God, did I forget something? Where you gonna figure it out? You gotta pull back, and God knows if you start pulling back on this, you might as well just start it over from the beginning, you know? So I think the lace is coming out very nicely. Once this is blocked, the lace will open up, and I think that'll look very nice. Okay, and I bought some buttons from Michael's, some coconut shell buttons that I think will look very nice. Oh boy, we're having a storm. About to go get my babies. All right, and that is the last whip. So I wanted to show you all real quick this work in progress, or pick progress in planning. All right, this is a brand new pattern that came out not too long ago. I think it was last week or so, and I absolutely fell in love with that. Look how awesomely big that shawl is. This is a knitted shawl. It's a paid for pattern, and it's made out of bulky weight. Okay, I love that size. Love it. So it has small, medium, large. Obviously that's the large shawl. Oh, excuse me, small, regular, and large. The sample is being made out of bulky yarn. It's Knit Picks Swish Bulky, and For the large, it calls for 10 skeins of the Knit Pick Switch Bulky, which is 1,370 yards. So I'm not gonna do that because I have bulky yarn that I can use to make that, whether I want to use my Brooklyn Tweed Quarry, or, which is what I'm gonna use, is my Red Heart Dreamy, right? So I went on to Yarnspirations. This yarn is now discontinued. I have Red Heart Dreamy. I have like 6 skeins of it, and I only need 3 because one skein is 466 yards. So according to the math, 1,370 divided by 466 comes up to 2.9, I think it is. So 3 skeins. So 2 skeins and a little bit. All right, is what I would use. So this one is called Gray, and again, it's 466 yards. I want to show you a mistake in printing. So I have Red Heart Dreamy yarn that is both printed with a 5, right? 5 for bulky, and also a 4 for medium. I went on to Yarnspirations, and Yarnspirations said, although the yarn is discontinued, you can still search for it. It says there that there was a misprint in the printing of the labels, labeling the yarn as a 4-weight when the yarn is actually a 5-weight. So I'll be using this yarn to make that awesome shawl. Okay, so when that's gonna get casted on, I don't know, but I have all of my yarn ready to go, and this is how I do my projects in planning. If you all are curious, when I'm ready to start working a project, I don't have to look for the material or the pattern. Everything is together like a kit, right? So that way, when I'm ready to cast this on, and I pray that that will be soon because I'm in love with that, okay? I have all the yarn that I need in one place, okay? That's how the bulk of my projects are done. All right, and a lot of times when I'm trying to get the yarn together to figure that out, how I'm gonna put this together, that's the only time I have yarn and pattern separated, because I haven't found a yarn yet that I wanted to use for that particular project. And a lot of times when I don't have the yarn put together for the project, the pattern is separate, and until I find the yarn is separate as well. All right, and so that's the start of project and planning. So this is another project that I would like to start as well. This is something that I found either on the Joann's website. It's another blanket. Isn't that pretty? How pretty is that? Right? And I found that on Joann's website, and this is made from Karen. It's called the Karen X Marks the Spot Mitered Crochet Blanket. And again, this is a free pattern, so I feel comfortable showing this, okay? And this is a 4-weight yarn, okay? And it seems like you're making 4 separate pieces, all right, and bringing them together. It reminds me of TL Yarn Crafts Tony Lipsy Daphne blanket. That's what it seems to me. Okay, so yes, you're making 4 motifs and you're bringing them together. This is made from Karen's Simply Soft Ogo. All right, but if you have any 4-weight yarn in different colors like that, definitely you can utilize that and bring the 4 pieces together. So that is a project in planning, and I hope to get that started soon. And this is a kit that I got off of Lion Brand. I didn't start it yet, but because of the yarn, it's primarily why I bought it. And it's called My Favorite Throw. And this is a knitted blanket. It's a crochet knitted mitered square blanket. Okay, and the Lion Brand Hue and Me is a number 5 bulky weight yarn. It's a very nice yarn, and like all the colors somehow blend together seamlessly, you know, so it's very nice. So I have bought that kit, so I have the yarn upstairs. I just wanted to bring you guys the pattern so you can see another project in planning. Okay, also this week I found another project on, I believe it was on Ravelry. I believe it was on Ravelry or Etsy, one of the two. But I fell in love with the project. This is a bag, a knitted bag. How cute is that? Right? How cute is that? Very, very cute. It is knitted from the center out. I'm trying to find the picture with the bottom. I believe this is a paid for pattern too. Okay, so this is the bottom of the bag. You see, so it's knitted from the bottom, the bag itself, and then you have the lace, and then the handles are like I-cord and garter stitch. Very nice bag, very nice bag. So I'm hoping to cast that on soon too. This is made out of Lily Sugar and Cream cotton. Okay, very nice bag. And then my last one is this sweater here, Tiff Nealon. Tiff Nealon is a very oh my god, she to me is in the same realm as Andrea Mowry as far as her patterns go. Very nice pattern. So she's on Ravelry, and I believe she's also on Instagram. And this sweater is her newest sweater, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Spruced Pullover. And I want you to look at the color work, right? So it's, the body is striped, and then look at the arms. Can you see on the arms, the color work on the arms? How nice is that? Isn't that nice? So I have, this is DK weight. This sweater is made in DK weight. I have that green, I believe, that I got in one of my Knit Picks yarn hauls. And I have this beige color and this blue. I believe I already have that. So that sweater will soon be on the needles as well, as soon as I get some of the other sweaters off. All right. And lastly, for now, my last project in planning is this shawl that I seen on Knitting Naughty, and she is doing a collaboration with Christy Archer Designs. All right, and I believe it's her yarn, Christy Archer yarn, is what's being used. Hole in the Wool is the yarn that's being used, and I believe it's Christy Archer's yarn, and it's called Bliss Fingering. So this yarn, this shawl, it only takes 1 full hank of the main color. I think it said 83 yards of the border and 25. Let's just read it and see what it say there. So main color is 100 grams. The contrasting color, you need 35 grams for the hem, and 3 grams per strand for the stripe, for a total of 27 grams. So not a lot of yarn at all. So if you have 1 hank of fingering yarn hanging around that you don't know what to do, a small size of fingering scrap for the border, and some regular scraps of variegated fingering, or if you just want to use a solid color for the fingering that's contrasted to both of them, that will make a very nice shawl. It will come out very nice. Let me see. This is a paid for pattern, and I got this off of Ravelry, so you all are free to go there and see the shawl as well. This is just a drawing of the shawl. It's a triangle shawl. All right. So that's also a project that I plan. I believe I have the yarn already. I believe I'm just looking for a variegated to put with that. So I might actually use a sock yarn and be done with that as far as the variegated go, because the variegated sock yarn takes care of all the colors, right? So lastly now, because that's everything pertaining to yarn, and then this is the thing for Kim. Right? I found my magazine. Why it's all beat up and everything, I don't know. But I was so happy I found it, and I have my project bag, and I'm ready to cast on when the time comes to make the elf, not the elf, the gnome, right? Christmas spirit gnome. So I have my yarn, I'm going to use that, what is it? Berries yarn or whatever. Okay. He's very cute. And I have some skin tone yarn that I'm going to use his nose and his hands as well. Because my gnome is going to be brown. All right. Because I'm brown. So my gnome will be brown. And I think I need to look and see if I can find a bell. Because I think that'd be cute to put a bell on. And look at this. My cousin is a freak for gnome on the shelf. Every year, follow her on Instagram. Oh my God, she got the gnomes doing all kind of madness in the house and stressing the kids out. Cause like, how does that happen? But I was thinking of that as a Christmas gift for her. It's called Elf on the Couch. Like how they got Elf on the Shelf. It's just the elf head though. Elf on the Couch. I think I would love to make that for her. And make one in a boy and make one in a girl for her. For Christmas, you know. So there's a lot of other things inside of this magazine that's very nice, and like these angel ornaments here. I think that you guys will be well satisfied with this purchase if you go ahead and get this magazine. There's a lot of things in here that can definitely brighten up the house during the holidays. Look at that. Or even just because, you know what I mean? I have marked off some things I just wanted to show you real quick. This is a pillow. Isn't that cute? How cute is that? I love that. It's a jolly wreath pillow. Okay. And this blanket as well. You see? It's intricate. I love that. I would love to figure out how to make that star in the middle. But once you do it, it's always easy, right? And I love that blanket too with the trees. Mary Mosaic Afghan. I think Mary Maxim has a pattern like that. These are ornaments. A pattern like that now available as a kit. More ornaments with that Mary Mosaic Afghan. Look at that tree skirt. I ordered some tree skirts from Mary Maxim. And they had 3 tree skirts there. And I ordered them because I would like to try to make tree skirts for family members for Christmas. So hopefully, again, that'll get done. We always have big ambitions for Christmas when it comes to making in no time, right? And I also, while looking for that magazine, I found this magazine. And this one has crochet, knit, sewing, and quilting. Annie's Christmas. This is the 2021 edition, okay? So just to show you a little bit what's inside of here. That's that basket weave pillow, very nice. There was something in here that I'm definitely making. I marked off the page. A chevron blanket. I love that little baby. All right. This mug rug. You see that? I love that because I'm interested in doing crochet color work. And I don't want to take on a big project and get frustrated. So I want to do small projects. Mug rugs will help. Inset Mosaic Santa Pillow. I love that pillow because it's confusing. So because it confuses me, I really would like to try to figure that out. This, I love this too. You see those Christmas balls? Beautiful. Those are made out of cotton. Very nice. And they have some other things in here. This guy, I want to do him. I want to do him. I love him. His name is Bjorn, the Norwegian reindeer. And that's crochet color work for him. And this one, I'll show you this one as the last blanket. So this is the Jolly Santa basket. This pattern in the knitted version as well as the crochet version are both available on Premiere. Okay, so if you go to Premiere website, you'll find that pattern in the knitted version as well as the crochet version. And I believe they also have a snowman and a elf as well on Premiere. So you can find that there, okay? Just so that you're aware. All right. And that's it. I think there was some other stuff inside here that I had wanted to show you. Did they get marked off? Yeah. Okay, here go this tree skirt. It's a chevron tree skirt. The Mary Maxim tree skirts that I ordered are on the way. Here go a hot pad. Isn't that nice? Right? That's showing just more crochet color work. So I just want to really get into that to see how that functions. Okay, so that is all the yarny portion. And I just had two things that are non-yarny that I wanted to share with you, because it's two things that are near and dear to my heart, right? So I am a woman of a certain size and age, and I enjoy wearing things that keep me pulled in so that I don't feel sloppy, for lack of a better word, right? I don't like to feel like stuff is jiggling all over the place. I like to know that all my bits and pieces are where they're supposed to be when I'm walking, right? So just a added note, I should have mentioned at the beginning, but I do not think I said so. I'm not sponsored by anybody, Hobby Lobby, Lion Brand, none of these yarn companies, none of these Hirschners and all these people. Nobody is sponsoring me. I'm not sponsored by nobody. All the things that I've shown you, I've bought of my own accord with my own money, and I'm just bringing it to you because I'm part of the yarny community, and just to give you all insight as to what's out there that you may not know of or that you may fully be aware of, but just to share in the delight and the joy of yarn crafts. Okay, so I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get a check from nobody but my job. And I take some of that money to help keep my sanity. So, because I'm a busty lady, I like comfort in my bras. So Crochet&Knit is a company that I've purchased products from before, like particularly their waist shaping garments and their girdles. You know, their girdles, I find that they are breathable. I find that the material doesn't cause you to sweat too much, and it holds you, you know. And I also find that if you buy one size smaller than your regular size, you get a better fit, in my opinion. Okay, so they also now have bras. So this bra is called Daily Comfort Wire-Free Shaper Bra. Let's see. So this is the bra. It's not the right color. They were supposed to send me black, but I'm not sure why. They sent me cream, but they did send me cream, so I'm gonna be sending these back. But I just wanted to show you. All right. So this is it has no underwire in it. So excuse me if there's any men watching this show here. There's no underwire in it, and it has hooks in the back. All right, and this is size extra large. This bra. Okay, and you see the width of the straps, very nice. And this is no underwire in here, and it's padding in the cups. So I'm excited to try that, but I have to send it back because cream is, I don't buy light colored bras. I never liked that, you know. Being a nurse, I've seen some bras that were way past their due date, way past their expiration date, and that put me off of light colored bras, you know, way past their expiration date. Like, sis, no. So I don't buy light colored bras. So these came, they had a sale. I forget what they tend to have sales sporadically, and there was 3 for whatever price of 1 or whatever, and I had got 3, but they sent me the wrong color. All right, so this next one now is a tank. And it's supposed to, I can't find the waist shaper. All right, so this is a tank. All right, it's just a regular camisole, a neck control tank. You see, and it's in black because that's what I prefer again. And this is just to wear under. So I wanted to try that so that I can see for myself if that would help with you know, like you wearing these crochet tops, and sometimes these knitted tops also are lacy, and you can see underneath. So just to modesty purposes, right? Okay, the last time I spoke, I showed y'all some hair products because again, I don't know if it's because I'm getting up in age or hormone shift. I don't know what it is, but my hair is not cooperating with me, and I'm struggling right now with hair issues. So I'm trying everything to see if I can get my hair to agree to stay on my head. So Instagram had a product that was selling there called 4C Only. And 4C Only, my hair is basically coarse and dry. And that's primarily what makes up 4C type hair. Coarse, dry hair. So these products are for that hair type only. Okay. So this is that, look how pretty. The cellophane is what do they call that? Iridescent. 4C Only. Look. I love that. So I bought it for myself primarily, but I will also use it on my daughter here because we both have the same type of hair. So this is the Too Clean shampoo. It's a shampoo. Okay. Then Too Thick deep conditioner. All right. Then we have Too Slick styling cream. It's Too Thick, Too Slick styling cream. And the last one is Too Soft leave-in conditioner. All right. So I pray over my hair. You know, I remember once my pastor had said the plight of a black woman is her hair. And I believe that because amongst many other things, yes, the plight of a black woman is her hair. Hair issues is something that we deal with on a daily basis. So I truly hope that this is one product that will also help me. So I started using the other product, the Faith products. I forget the name, the full name of that. But I started using that product, and I feel like it's a little nice. I feel like it's soft and everything, but I would like to continue to use it to give you a true opinion on it. This says the revolution will be moisturized. 4C Only was created by 4C haired women just for 4C needs. It's the kinks for us, you see? So I'm praying that this product also would help me in my hair journey as well. I also have another product upstairs, an oil that is primarily for scalp treatment. The next time I do a video, I'll show y'all that, so that way, if you guys, any of you guys need any help, you know, hopefully one of these suggestions would garner you all some kind of help. All right, and that's it. We made it through. We made it through. Okay. I will see you all next time. Okay. My hope and my prayer for you all are that you and your families are all safe and well, and that you are holding on and keeping on, and that you go with God as you grow with God, and that grace will always be over your house. Keep me in prayer, me and my family, as I keep you and your family in my prayers, okay? Once again, I thank you guys for stopping by and spending some time with me. Again, just give me some time and I'll get some show notes down in the bottom. But please feel free to take out a pen and paper and write down whatever it was that you, your eye got caught to, you know, whatever took your fancy. Just take out a piece of paper and a pen and jot that down, and feel free to go to Etsy or wherever website to look upon these things for yourself. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell where you can be reminded automatically and alerted as to when I have new content put up. All right. And I thank you once again for sharing this time in this space with me. And I thank all the new subscribers. I think I got one new subscriber from since the last time I podcasted. And I thank you for coming by and finding me enjoyable, that you would feel comfortable enough to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. And I thank each and every one of my returning viewers for returning. And I thank y'all for continuing to return. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I pray again that all of you guys have a blessed day and just continue keeping on. All right? And whatever you do, just do it in Jesus' name. And all things will work out. Okay? All right. All right. Be blessed. Bye-bye.